Shalom, and thanks for joining us for the Pirke of the week. Full disclosure, this week's teaching is going to be challenging to our contemporary sensibilities. We read in Pirke Avot, chapter 1, the fifth teaching. Yossi, the son of Yochanan of Jerusalem, said, "Let your home be wide open, and let the poor be members of your household. And don't make too much conversation with women. With your own wife, how much more so with your friend's wife?" From this, the sages learn, everyone who increases conversation with a woman causes evil to themselves, neglects Torah study, and in the end will inherit Gehinnom, or purgatory. We're continuing the theme of hospitality that we saw last week, inviting the wise into our homes. Here, especially from the perspective of a dweller in Jerusalem, it is so important as pilgrims gather that they have places to stay. This was like an early Airbnb. From a contemporary perspective, we are reminded to support homeless shelters and initiatives to meet people's basic needs. And I'm so proud of Temple Chai's involvement in Family Promise, where we house and feed homeless families. Hunger is such a vital concern that Mahatma Gandhi taught that there are people in the world who are so poor that God can only appear to them in the form of food. By bringing these individuals into our homes, we are treating them as we would care for our family. The openness of our home means not only physical sustenance, but generally making ourselves available to those who might be, for example, poor in knowledge in a certain area and in need of advice or guidance. Much more problematic is his teaching about women. And I thought about skipping this parak, but decided that in the interest of honesty and full disclosure, we needed to examine this thought. There are many apologetic commentaries which try to mitigate the negative impact and the harsh, painful impact of these words by suggesting that what he really means is don't participate in idle chatter, that we should have substantive conversation. I'm certainly grateful that we have moved beyond this stage as a community where we now value the words of women and of our female partners. Perhaps we might understand this teaching as a reminder that in all of our relationships, it's best to focus on conversation that leads towards the fulfillment of our spiritual goals and not away from them. I love that the Talmud quotes the famous teacher Beruria, who uses these words actually to chastise Yossi the Galilean. The Talmud records that when he asked her for directions, she suggested to him, "You used too many words in asking me that question. You shouldn't have asked me, which way is the road to Lida? You should have just said something like, which way Lida? Because don't the rabbis say you shouldn't extend over much in your conversation with women?" So I encourage you this week to have much conversation with women, and I know that you will learn much. By the way, as a footnote, the reference to Gehenna, to purgatory, in Judaism there is no concept of hell as in a hell for eternity. We may be banished to Gehinnom for up to a year for the purification of our souls. Shavua Tov.